So behind me we have this beautiful 1995 Hummer H1 with a Cummins in it. Little switch up from the Duramax that we usually offer. This conversion was done by us probably over 10 years ago. This truck is also very unique. It has our Hummer stretch seating, fabrication work done to the interior of the vehicle, but we'll get into that later. So looking at it, as you can see, it's far from stock. It's heavily modified. It's got the Cummins 12 valve in it. It's got an Allison 1000, 5-speed transmission, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, selectable transfer case, which is standard on all our conversions. It looks a little bit different than the normal Duramax you guys are used to seeing. This is all stuff done before my time. We don't do Cummins anymore. I do know that it's an inline 6, that's a 12 valve. It's got that Banks twin ram in there, intake manifold. We did all the piping, we did the aluminum radiator, the aluminum intercooler, you know, all these custom mounts up here on that was all done in-house. You know, all the motor mounts was all designed in-house. This is that Cummins 12 valve that everyone raves about. You know, it's the million-mile motor, I believe, and it's proven itself. It's still in there after 10 years. Other than minor issues, like I said, it's got a new starter and we replaced a fuel solenoid in it. It's an automatic hood prop to where this opens automatically. Sometimes those hood props, they get weak over time. You can hit it and they'll fall out and it'll hit you in the head. It's happened to me. Just noticing this since I'm up here in the engine bay, but it looks like these windshields are also brand new, heated windshields. Very nice, not one scratch on them. But that looks like it's about it to talk about up here. Let's look at the rest of the exterior of the vehicle. It's got our Predator Willwood big brake kit. It's got a FLIR system, infrared camera system you use at night. You can shut your lights off and it sees what you got going on. If someone were to walk in front of it, a little yellow box will appear and it'll highlight that person or an animal or, you know, whatever is walking in front of your vehicle. Kevlar paint job on it is done in the Nardo gray. On the exterior of the vehicle, most of the time when someone opts for a paint job, they do our exterior accessory kit, which is all the hinges, headlight bezels. Customers also usually opt to do our stainless steel exterior bolt kit, covers all the exterior hardware on the vehicle. Truck also has our LED exterior lighting kit. The marker lights, turn signals, headlights are all LED. It's got our 6-inch ovals, front and rear. D-ring brush guard, signature look. He didn't opt for the full 20-inch light bar. These are two rigid pods. They are amber in the front. Amber works really well. You know, if you're driving behind someone, you know, you're kind of like a chase vehicle, you're in a big group of trucks, the amber lights cut through the dust a lot better than a white light, a white LED does. It's also got our Predator heavy-duty front winch bumper with a Smitty-built 12K winch in there. Looks great on the truck. We did the conversion over 10 years ago. About 3 years ago in 2021, the guy brought it back to us, wanted to refresh everything. That's when we did the paint job. He already had the brush guard and the bumper. We took them off, repowder coated them. It's got our billet geared hub heat sinks. The factory cover plate on there is just a flat aluminum. These have fins in them. The fins catch the air, which cools down the fluid inside of the hub. So if you're doing some heavy wheeling, you know, it's gonna keep that fluid cool inside there. One thing to note about our geared hub heat sinks, those are all made in-house on our CNC machines. It's also got our Predator hood scoop. Provides more airflow into the motor, keeps it cooler. It looks like also he has our Predator external reservoir shocks. Those work in conjunction with the factory shocks and they really smoothen out the ride, especially when you start adding all these light bars and exterior aftermarket accessories. It adds a lot of weight. This helps to soak up some of that extra bumpiness that all that extra weight adds. Truck's got some really nice wheels. It's got some 38-inch Toyo Open Country mud terrain tires. pretty standard on all our builds. Looks to be true bead locks. I'm not sure the brand. We'll have to figure that out and they'll be in the description. True bead locks are really nice because you can air your tires down really low beyond the point to where if you did not have them, they're not gonna de-bead off the tire, or it's gonna be really hard to. It's got our D-ring airlift hooks, gives it that iconic Predator look. Our customer opted to do all rigid lighting on his build. So it's got a rigid 50-inch E-series up there, puts out a ton of light. He also wanted to do some ditch style lighting. I like these lights, they're cool. Usually you see them on a lot of trucks, they're mounted kind of over the hood. You can't do that on an H1 because the hood tilts forward, so we mounted them on the side. They're cool because you can get into situations where you don't have a lot of light out here in the front. You kind of turn these and turn the light on and you can see obstacles in your way that you don't want to hit and mess up your truck. What we have here is our battery tender. If you don't drive your truck a lot, it helps extend the life of your battery. Something I like on all builds when you're upgrading everything is to upgrade the mirrors. The older models, they're more vertical and they're really hard to see out of. You don't have a wide viewing area, whereas these, it's completely opposite. It's turned to the side, more horizontal, and you get a lot better viewing, in my opinion. Moving down the side of the truck, you can see a whole row of 20-inch rigid lights that our search and rescue 10-foot roof rack has on the side of it. All this work was done the last time the truck was here, about 3 years ago. He wanted to get, full lighting, 20-inch rigid E-series on Predator 10-foot search and rescue roof rack. It don't usually come with lights on the side. That is a custom option. If you're looking on our website, looking to order a roof rack, and you're like, I want lights on it, there's not an option for there. Call into the office and I'll write up a custom order for you and we can get you whatever lights you want on it. The feet are placed in strategic points along the vehicle, A, B, and C pillar to evenly distribute the weight. They come with a 1/2-inch thick neoprene pad you put on the bottom that protects your paint job. They're not digging into the rain gutters of the truck. When you clamp to the bottom, it prevents the feet from digging into the rain gutters, which would cause rusting. Moving on down, we got our heavy duty rocker panel protection. Covers the whole underbelly of the aluminum portion of the truck, so all the way up into the frame. What it does is it replaces your factory aluminum one. This one's solid steel. It's hit it with a rock. It's not gonna put a big gouge in it like aluminum would. It's a lot stronger. It also provides great side impact protection than if you had some aluminum ones. Now we're in the back of the truck. Let's jump into it. 6-inch ovals in the rear of the truck to match everything else on the front of the truck and the sides of the truck. He's also got a rigid 20-inch light back here that you can flip on, completely illuminate the whole rear of the vehicle. That is bolted to our Predator Search and Rescue rear bumper with a ladder system. When you get a roof rack, it's nice to get this ladder system because it makes it a lot easier to climb up there and store your gear, tie it down. Really like that. Nice feature. Inside here, he's got another Smitty built 12K winch. Both winches, front and rear, have steel cable ropes, not synthetic. Full-size spare tire with our search and rescue tire carrier. Super nice, swings out. This one is a little bit more custom. It's self-opening shock. If you're on a little bit of an incline and you want to load groceries in the back of your truck or put your gear back there or whatever, and you have a tire carrier, this thing wants to keep closing on you, but it can't when you have that shock on there. That is custom. If you want something like that, let me know and I'll get it added. In the back of the truck now, our standard fender wheel racks will not fit in there. So these are custom ones made for this truck specifically that are shortened to account for the seat stretch. This is actually a custom carpet kit because of the seat stretch. Everything on this truck is custom, basically. All this was done, like I said, when the interior was done about 3 years ago. So it's all really, really new. I think I got one more thing to show you on the passenger side and then we can check out the inside. Predator fuel doors, front and rear, our engraved versions that have use diesel fuel only sign in case, we have gotten customers where their wife or someone in their family has accidentally put in gasoline instead of diesel. These are both technically auxiliary ones. We had to move the main filler tank because of the seat stretch. So this is the edge of the vehicle. And as you can see, the rear of the inside of the vehicle is right there where your seat stretch on the inside, which we will get into. This is a custom, basically shield any kind of debris or anything. It protects the filler neck. All that was made custom in-house. I guess it's time to show you guys the inside. Thanks for meeting me on the inside, Jason. Looks a little bit different than standard H1. As you can see, I have a lot of room right here. A ton of room, actually. I don't think I've ever sat back here. I'm not a big guy, I'm 5'10". You could be 6'7" and sit back here comfortably on the way to Vegas, in my opinion. Vegas is about 4 hours from San Diego, and I would have no problem sitting back here on that trip. Because we scooted the seats back, the rear of the Hummer kind of comes up at an angle, slight angle like this from where it was normally at. So the seat actually gets pushed up a little bit. What we did is we built a custom roll bar in here and then a custom interior panel. Everything shortened and pushed up flush against the interior roof of the vehicle for that extra headroom. Because if it wasn't, you'd be hitting your head on that pillar right there. Full leather interior, stitched in blue. Checkerboard, double stitched leather, super nice. Roy does an excellent job. It's got our search and rescue center console cargo carrier. If you guys can't guess where I'm at now, I'm in the passenger seat of the front of the vehicle. 95 dash does not look like this. This is our Alpha fiberglass dash kit that we offer. It has been wrapped in leather, foamed, and wrapped in leather and stitched. Everything's been custom painted, powder coated. We've got some really nice comfort features on this truck. Driver's front and passenger seat heaters. Kind of self-explanatory. It's nice to have seat heaters. Nice to keep your butt warm when it's cold. The truck's fully outfitted with USB outlets, front and rear, which is nice. 10-inch Pioneer head unit. It's newer. You know, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all of the above. He's got kind of a basic system in here. He's got a couple 6x9s in the rear, 4 5.25 speakers, you know, 1 in each corner, front and rear. He opted to do 6x9s instead of subwoofers underneath the seats. He just wanted more sound. He didn't really care about the bass. This truck has a Banks iDash system. Basically what that is, it's like an onboard diagnostic center. Got a temperature sender inside his transmission oil pan. And he's also got a pressure sensor inside the intake manifold. So you're getting boost pressure, you're getting your transmission oil temp, and it reads everything off your DLC as well. Any information that's on the computer will show on there. It's all fully programmable. You can read anything from 1 readout on it to 8 readouts. If you get a check engine light, you can check your codes from there too, and then you can clear them on the go so it can get you out of tight spots. Part of when you do an Alpha Dash, you have to change the gauges. 1, because you want to update the truck. 2, because the old ones will work, but it ends up being more hours and labor than it is just to replace the gauges. The decoded digitals, they have a fully integrated, interface to where your turn signals, your check engine light, your wait to start light, everything is integrated into the miles per hour gauge. Got, information center on there. It's also got a Momo steering wheel, Italian made, wrapped in leather, stainless style chrome accents. So because this truck has so many lights on the exterior of the vehicle, you can do it the old school way and add a bunch of relays and fuses and stuff like that. In my opinion, it's best to use an S-Pod or a Switch Pros, basically a relay center. It saves a lot of time on wiring, so it saves time on labor. You can hook up basically any 12-volt system to that as an on and off switch. Another reason I like it, it's a lot cleaner looking than a big old bank of, 8 switches, big switches on there. It takes up less space, it's cleaner looking, it's more up to date, it's more functional, it makes the inside of the vehicle look cooler. It's a solid state relay, so what that means is if it blows a fuse, clicks off, waits a few seconds, and then clicks back on, you'll never have a relay that goes bad. A couple other little nice interior details. It's got our Predator billet shifters. Also has our Predator billet armrest with the black leather foam covers on top. Also has our overhead Predator overhead grab handles, front and rear. Same with the armrest. Thanks for checking out the video, guys. If you have any more questions about it, give me a call. Jason will provide all the description of everything I've talked about in the link to the for sale ad on our website. Be sure to visit it, like and comment and subscribe to our videos, and thanks for watching.
Is that it?
I think so.
Okay. Bye, Jared.
See you later, Jason. Got my notes, no chocolate on my face, but I got chocolate on my notes. We just had an ice cream. Can I leave my glasses on? Ryan does them with his glasses.